Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we give all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutations to like Akim on four corners, pushing the truth of sincerity. Peace be unto you. Shalom. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 4. It says, "The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth." Now, this is a beautiful scripture because, well, all the scriptures are beautiful, but this is a beautiful scripture because today, how this decade that we just went through, or the last 20 years, or, basically, at least I can say my whole life, especially as the last 20 years, everything has been all party. I'm having fun. I'm living my best life, YOLO. All about taking pictures. There's people who actually literally go on vacations just to take pictures, just to show other people that how much fun they're having. Could be miserable as hell, but they just want to prove how fun they're having. Look, I'm happy. That's what mirth is. House of mirth is. Mirth is when you're happy. You're ecstatic. You're living your best life. And there's so many people out here today who want to have that image. They Instagram, they taking pictures with a whole bunch of money, got the thickest chains on in the world, just to get a whole bunch of likes. Money, they want to show everybody, or they want to act like they get money, so they want to show everybody, or they want to show vacations they've been on, as if it's like a celebration, like you just made a touchdown at the fucking Super Bowl that just won the last drive that got you the Super Bowl victory. There's a time and place for things. Everything has its time, place, and purposes. And you read about that in Ecclesiastes chapter 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time and Slakia. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the sun. So there's a time for everything. Everything has it's gonna be time to celebrate, time to be happy. There's time to be sorrowful too. But right now we're going through oppression. You can see right now, here it is. Jake, has been catching so much hell. How many times do Jake got to get gunned down, shots, have their knee stuck in their neck in the summertime? That's oppression. You're not going to be celebrating when you see the destruction of your people. It's basically a distraction. So now I'm going to read verse 2 all the way up to verse 4 again. It says, "It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of the mourning, but the heart of the fools is in the house of mirth." You ever seen, and some people do it out of good faith, people that go visit, you ever worked in the well, personally, I've worked in a nursing home, or you see around people that are sick. You see around people who are, mentally ill or have ailments. Maybe they've been shot and paralyzed. It gives you a greater appreciation for life. It gives you great appreciation knowing that simply you just showed up on time and brought somebody their meal, or let's say they had an accident and you cleaned up, or anything small. They answered their call late, and you ain't take 3 hours to answer it. Simple stuff like that. You see how it just makes their day. It gives you a better appreciation for life. when you know somebody else is dependent on you for their meal. They can't cook. They don't have any legs. They're paralyzed. You know, gives you a better appreciation for life. Yeah, simply just make somebody's day. Slack you for the intermission, but make somebody's day simply by doing just a small gesture. That builds character. You start to realize that could be me. You start looking at people who are your age, and I'm 32 years old. And I see, you think about the nurse home, you think everybody in there is elderly and old. Bro, I'm seeing people my age, younger than me. Some people 20 years old, paralyzed the rest of their lives. No visits. It changes your outlook on life. When you're in the house of mirth, you forget about people that's, struggling or in pain. That doesn't really build character. It might build charisma, but it's not going to build character. If you look at the songs, I remember when I was growing up, you had some songs that were sad songs that would make the Billboard charts. R.I.P. songs. You don't hear R.I.P. songs no more on the radio. I remember you had DRS Gangsta Lean. That was a song reminiscing on his dead friends. You had another song, Master P, I Miss My Homies. You don't have, everything is party, party, party. I'm living my best life. You go through some tribulations, you're gonna build character. If you was in a situation, let's say you was in the world and let's say used to run trains on women, and then the girl who got a train ran on her, all of a sudden she embarrassed, so now she claims that you raped her. Then you go to trial, and then you see how everybody changes on you, turns on you. Deep down you didn't rape her, but you still ran a train on her, stuff like that. And then you found not guilty. The stuff that you had to endure, from judges, prosecutors, stuff like that, is going to change you. It's going to make you look at things differently. But it's also going to make you sad. And at the same time, if you are at the side of people who are going to stuff like that, you start to see the world a lot differently. But there's a balance with everything. You still got to be able to, hold a balance. There's some type of fun you have to have. You have to have a sense of humor in this stuff. But there is, definitely you have to be in the house of mourning. There's people who have family members that are addicted to drugs. When you not deal with those people, but interact with those people, you understand stuff that they go through. You start to understand how to handle situations, how not to handle situations based off how you see how they handle or how they say how they handle it. And another thing you will learn too is you will learn that, hey, maybe I haven't been through this, but I can give my advice to somebody else because I have insight from somebody else who vented to me. That's a beautiful thing about staying in the house of mirth. It makes you appreciate the Most High that much more. Here it is, I just simply had the biggest toothache. It was growing in the wrong way. I had to get that motherfucker yanked. I hated it. Pray that the Most High has mercy on me for it. Because I had to, get a shot to numb myself. And I had to get it pulled, but it was, it was decaying. It was causing me so much fucking pain that I could not sleep. And it made me even, relate that much more to people who are constantly going through pain, constantly, they that's all they know their life, whether they have, cancer or, sickle cell, but they constantly in pain. It makes you look at life and appreciate it that much more. Because that was me being in my own house of mourning. So I'm not even much more sympathetic now to people who are in pain. And on that note, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakadash, double honors to the elders GMS who were well. Peace, salutations, and shalom.